Welcome back in. I hope my mic wasn't up during that last commercial break. This segment brought to you by Calhoun's. Basketball season is just heating up as the Vols fight for the SEC title. Be sure to watch all the action at one of the 9 area Calhoun's locations. Ribs, barbecue, craft beer, and more. The taste of Tennessee, Calhoun's. When you think basketball, think Calhoun's. All right. For several weeks now, like start of the SEC schedule, we put the schedule up. We said this thing is backloaded. It's going to be tough toward the end of it. We said that the typical SEC champion loses 3 games in a year. So we knew some of this was coming, yet still there's been a bit of a freak out there, okay? Well, here's what I want to look at in terms of why is there a freak out? What's the issue of late? Is it tired legs? Is it because you've kind of played a lot of minutes? We've also shown you how Tennessee's Big Six are playing so many minutes compared to the Big Sixes of other teams. So let's take a look at some stats that may or may not back that up. I'm going to ask these guys. First of all, are their legs still under them? Here's the last 10 games. Here are the last 10 games for Tennessee. You see their shooting percentage over on the left, and you'll notice that the last 3 games are their worst shooting days by far. They hadn't been below 46.6 in any games, and now they've been at 40, 41, and 44. You look at points in regulation, take the overtime out yesterday, 69, 58, 71. Now, granted, you played 2 top 15 basketball teams, as Mark pointed out. But 69, 58, 71, that is the lowest 3-game output of the season in terms of points in regulation for Tennessee. Now, let me show you the next graphic. Just by player here, you see Tennessee's Big Six. There are their season averages in points, okay, on the left in white. And then there's what they scored in their past 6 games. Those numbers that are gold, that's when they were below their season average. Grant Williams has been below his season average scoring for the last 6 games. Schofield, 3 of the last 6. Bone, 4 of the last 6. Turner, 5 of the last 6. Alexander, 5 of the last 6. Is this a product of tired legs at all? Do we and you may or may not know, you're a former coach. We talked earlier in the week after Vanderbilt. We said they look tired. They didn't look as tired yesterday, but Barnes pulled off the reins a little bit. Your thoughts on, could this be tired legs? Do you think it is tired legs?
I think part of the struggles is tired legs. I think statistics obviously bear some of that up. I think some of the other things that bear that out is the fact that guys aren't making decisions as quickly on offense. We're not as crisp. Guys are holding the ball a little bit. They're getting it, and they're not moving as fast. Bodies aren't moving as fast, even in their offense, so it's not as crisp. Defensively, we're showing we're as tired because we're not – if you remember earlier in the year, we would switch things up defensively. We would show some 3-quarter court, full-court press. We would show some trapping at times. We're not doing that. We're playing a little bit more zone. So it's obvious to the coaching staff as well that they're trying to save some of these guys' legs, and it's also bearing out in the stats that you put together.
They've also been practicing less, watching film more.
Which is normal, right? I mean, this time of year for all teams, you're dealing with tired legs. But the fact of the matter is, we're playing the toughest part of our schedule going into this, where some teams aren't. And we're playing the toughest part of our schedule, and you're preparing for an NCAA tournament with less depth than some of these other teams have.
Guys, to me, and you can tell me, does everyone agree that tired legs plays a part in this, or do you not think there's a correlation there?
I think there's probably some cause and effect here where and one thing leads to another. So maybe tired legs has led to shooting issues at times, which can then maybe affect confidence. And they're also, at the same time, trying to fix defense, right? So you're doing that against better competition. I think it all kind of rolls up into this.
Yeah, I don't want to make it look like, I'm not trying to say that the only problem is this, but I will say the most serious problem, in my view, is still health. And I include tired legs as part of that.
And that's
you have run guys down. Yesterday, you had 2 guys play 39 minutes. It's an overtime game. 2 guys went 39. 1 went 40. You've got 4 guys that are averaging 30 minutes a game. That's a lot.
And then when you throw in some of these injuries that have started to add up too.
Schofield started
with the knees. Bones got the wrist bothering him. You can tell Williams, whether it's the back or something, it slowed him down. But the last 3 games, you can't deny the fact that Tennessee's scoring 17 points fewer a game, and your field goal percentage has dropped from 52 to 40. So you're still trying to win games against better competition, and you're not playing or scoring as well.
Final word, Mike. Mike.
Well, I think probably the evidence is that there are some tired legs, but then just devil's advocate, Admiral Schofield didn't look real tired yesterday, scoring 27 points. But you got Bowden and Turner have just, in the last 3 games, Bowden 0 for 7 from 3, shooting 17% overall. Turner 17% from 3 in the last 3 games. So, and missed those 2 free throws yesterday. To me, the evidence is, yes, there is some factor of tiredness.
And whether it's the guards or whatever, you got to find a way to get Pons back on the court more. I mean, that gave you a spark early. I think you need that now.
It's getting late.
It's getting late.
You had something to say, Mark, quickly.
To me, it's this team separator has been the culture, and the continuity is just not there right now. Where guys are not playing together. I think we're taking some of those shooting percentages. We're taking some more questionable shots. I mean, even ones that Admiral were making yesterday, they're questionable shots. We're not moving the ball. We're not together as we were at one point.
Adversity. They went a long way without any adversity.
Yeah.
Now you got at the end of the year, but they aren't the first basketball team to struggle in their last 10 games, which we're going to show you
And
next.
we have a Hall of Fame coach to help with that.
Oh, no, I'm seeing he's back to retirement. He's just here on the rocking chair. I saw the tweets. All right, coming up a little later, what outside coaches and pundits are saying about this Tennessee team. Interesting stuff, some SEC coaches, granted anonymity. I mentioned Grant Williams flopping. We'll tell you what they're saying. And then coming up next, why it's no time to panic just yet, in my opinion. Maybe some of the other guys will panic. More panel members next. Come on back.